Hi everyone, we are back to voice our opinions and listen to yours. I'm Charlotte.
And I'm Anton.
And we are the student voice at Hull College. We are joined again today by PGCE student and founder of Yada Yada Noise, Alice Godber.
Hi everyone. Thanks for having me back on the podcast.
No problem. Okay, so on the last podcast we discussed how we got to this college and our experiences so far. First in this podcast, I personally would like to talk about which is the hardest and easiest part of adjusting to college life and the course as students. Before we get into this topic, let's just have a bit of an introductory chat. How's your day been?
Well, for me, it's been kind of good. But yeah, so far, not amazing, but stable and good. What about you, Alice? Anything special?
My day's been okay. Thanks for asking. So I've been in since about 9 a.m. sort of as part of my placement with sort of like various sort of like art and design courses. And now I'm here recording a fun podcast. So it's, as far as Thursdays goes, it's pretty fun, pretty good, yeah.
And hopefully this is the best part of your
Oh, yeah, 100%.
Oh, yeah, obviously.
Especially, because we have a lava lamp.
Yeah.
No, the lava lamp today is really beautiful today.
Wow.
I mean, just for context, it's a nice purplish, color to it. And the form inside the lava lamp is it's like something from Avatar, those weird plants and stuff. Yeah, it looks just like that. Just amazing.
I love Avatar.
I mean, I haven't watched the second one, only the first one. But from what I heard, the new one. Visually speaking, it is fantastic. You got all these underwater whales and stuff and dolphins. Well, they're not dolphins, but
Alien dolphins.
Alien dolphins. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Sorry, we went off topic there. Charlotte, how are you doing? How's your day been?
My day's been okay. Just doing the assignment in college. As always.
Keeping busy, working hard.
Keeping busy. Yeah. So I think we should just get into the first topic then. So I think first thing we'll do is talk about the hardest part of adjusting to the college life for us. So Anton?
I mean, well, specifically for me, I don't have anything to say when it comes to adjusting to the adjustments or just having a hard time getting into the college life, because I remember my first weeks at the business course. It was a bit confusing and literally everything was new to me. The people, the staff, the building, where the toilets were, everything was new to me. And it did take me some time to adjust where is everything else and just feel confident walking around the corridors in the college and just getting to know the people I'll be spending time with. And so far, I have to say everything is good. I think I adjusted pretty well. But then again, I can't speak for everyone because I am a more social person. What about you, Alice?
Well, I've got such a high respect for the college, really, because this is maybe my 6th year technically here at the college, which seems like a lot, but I came originally to the college back in 2017 and started a fine art degree. But my initial experience with starting at the college, I was my dad had passed away just before the course had started, and so I was in a bit of a, understandably up and down lots of emotions, lots of feelings and everything. But the college were great; they were really supportive, and just that whole experience of that degree really got me on track, and that I went on to then do a master's in art, and then I took a year off, did some freelance work, started Yada Yada Noise, and now I'm here doing my trainee teaching. So I guess for me, like Anton said, it's just that initial
first week and everything.
Getting there, new experience, new people. There's a lot of emotions, but the settling in part, but once you do that, I think you do find that Hull College becomes a massive family in some ways. You get to know people on your course, and it's really good. What about you, Charlotte?
So I'll just say that sounds like a success story there for Hull College.
Maybe,
Yeah, so I think, like Anton said, he's a social person, and
very
even
social.
For him, just the adjustment period was hard. And I think I'm going to probably say the same, but just because there was so many things that was going on with me at that moment, and it's just to come into a college and then be like, all right, well, you know, we're helping you with this. It just made the process easier. So it was the hardest part, but it was made easier by college. So
Yeah.
just the initial adjustment. So I think we've talked about the hardest. I think we should go to the easiest part of adjusting to college life now.
Well, personally, the easiest part for me at Hull College was just to get in the rhythm of just how to do work, you know, like assignments, tests, and everything like that.
To some people, that could be the
Yeah,
hardest
that's
part.
hard.
Yeah.
Well,
So
to me,
for you. Well,
well, just I mean,
good for you, Anthony.
I mean, it's just I had experience before doing all sorts of like subjects and just, you know, going to different secondaries and colleges and stuff like that. So in terms of like work experience and just doing work in general at colleges and schools, I have a lot of experience, and I think I've already experienced the worst possible before, and this is just a walk in the park, really. Not that stressful. Everything is nice, cool, nice and simple. And besides, I mean, specifically, I can't speak for all the courses, but on our business course, I mean, we don't work every single day of the week. It's just, I mean, they do give us a lot of time in our own personal lives, and life at college isn't like some chewing gum that's stuck to your foot that's always there, they can't get rid of. Like, there is breathing space, there is some time we can just do our own personal jobs and tasks and interests. And yeah, I think the timetable is just really flexible, to be honest. Just really flexible and very easy to adjust to.
Yeah, I agree with that. So with what you said about breathing space, I think that for me, that was one of the easiest things, or one of the things that I found really comforting and helpful when I first came to the college. And especially with the fine art degree that I did, I found that the freedom that I got to sort of do the work that I wanted, and, you know, well, I ended up in my third year model making. So model making ended up being my thing, along with poetry, which, you know, is quite, you know, you sort of think, oh, well, you did a fine art degree. But no, like, you almost find out and you find that anything and everything is art, and it's about expressing yourself, really. And so I think I found that freedom and that, yeah, the breathing space to be one of the easiest or good aspects for me at the college. What about you, Charlotte?
I'm going to sound like I'm copying Anton again. But I think, so I'm going to say it was the work, actually. That's the easiest part of me, getting on with the work. I think I've always been good in school doing the work, and I think I'm going to go back a bit to the hardest part and just add a bit in. I think the easiest part is for me is the work, and the hardest part is actually the social aspect. That's quite opposite for most people, but yeah, I found the work the easiest.
Yeah, no, it's interesting because for quite a few people, they would maybe find that, yeah, the work and stuff and that step onto sort of level 3 or level 4, quite a jump really from GCSE or,
well,
you know,
I
or
went
level
straight
2.
on to level 3.
Yeah.
So it was a bit, I did actually apply for the level 1, but
They were like, what? No, like, yeah, because I remember when I started on the level 4, like that jump from level 3 to level 4 and sort of the amount of work that mock written pieces and assignments and everything, it was just a different sort of, from secondary school to here at Hull College, how stuff is run is, I guess, slightly different. And also that step on to higher education as well, you do find that it's not exactly the same, yeah. So you got to learn and you got to, you know, think on your feet, and but obviously you do get great support, so that is a bonus.
I've just realised that we have forgot to mention that we are missing a person today.
Oh yeah, we didn't forget you.
Yeah, I promise we didn't, but
Don't worry, Adam.
our
We're keeping you in our
lovely
hearts
Sheila.
and minds.
yeah,
Yeah,
our
Adam, we
Adam's in a
miss you.
meeting. Sorry about that.
You are missed, Adam. We're going to spend 10 minutes just talking about how much we miss you now.
We miss you, Adam. Come back.
Yeah. No, I think we should probably not do that, and we should move on.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, let's move on.
to
Yeah.
Okay. We thought about you for
a few seconds.
yeah 30 seconds.
I feel like we've already covered this mostly, actually, but the hardest part of the course.
The hardest part, ooh, that's tricky. I mean, especially like the first month, getting to know the people I'll be working with. I think that's barely know anyone, and I already have a good understanding of who's who. And but again, it wasn't necessarily that much of a big problem for me finding that out. It just took some time, and besides, it's not like we spent too much time at college anyway, so it's that also kind of plays into an effect. But other than that,
How does that relate to, so hardest part of the college to hardest part of the course itself?
when you're at college, I mean, there are two aspects to it, like you doing assignments, doing the work and stuff like that, and just socializing, living at college, being a part of this group, family, community, whatever you want to call it. Because although these things are separate, which they are, they do overlap in many aspects. Like, for example, very soon in our course, we're going to be doing an assignment on Unit 1, Task 3, where we have to go into groups and we have to make a presentation. And the worst part about that is that it's not the people we sit with on our tables. So we have like these 4 massive tables, which are made out of tables, but smaller tables. But the point is...
Makes sense, yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you for explaining that.
But visual context, yeah. But basically, we have these 4 massive tables, and everyone on those tables know each other, work with each other, and they just know who's who's sitting next to them, and who's sitting not with them. And so basically, our teacher had this idea of not doing a table group presentation. So one table does the presentation together and yada, yada, yada. But instead...
Oh, he said it. He said it again. Yada, yada, yada.
Yeah, yada, yada, yada. But our teacher made the most interesting decision to do one. Do you know those one of those internet randomizer wheel things? We've got like this big wheel, you put like names on it, then you just see what comes up. So yeah, basically... I don't know how it's going to end up with. Are we going to be using this random wheel thing? Are we going to be doing it in tables, or are we just going to all do it individually?
Okay, so maybe one of the hardest parts for you in your course, it's that the dynamics that are associated with group work.
Some people
it's understandable.
Well, I mean, some people you can work with fine, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Like you can put personal things aside and just get the work done, and that's amazing. But some people, it's just... Some either just don't want to commit, the other people in the group want a distinction, and then you just have some people who just don't like doing group projects in general. And I'm not bashing those people, because not everyone is this social butterfly that can just stand in front of a stage, talk about stuff, and, you know, do all sorts of crazy things like cartwheels. But some people just are not that social. They just they find it difficult to work in large groups and in large projects. But then again, with the right people, I think anyone can do anything.
I think what Anton's trying to say is there's many people who work at some people are aiming for a pass, some people are aiming for merit, some people aim for a distinction. And putting people who aim for a pass with people who are aiming for a distinction could cause a bit of trouble. But I think...
Yeah,
that's what you're trying to say.
Well, yeah, because again, like, especially when you have like one person who wants a distinction, everyone else in the group just wants to have a pass. I mean, it's going to be very difficult for that person who's aiming for a distinction to actually get that distinction. Do you think this entire task is going to be doable? Do you think?
Yeah, of course it will be. Yeah.
I think no matter what, everybody will do this presentation. Everyone will get the grade that they want, I think.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So with me, I think, I mean, it's pretty random, but in our, I don't know, I'm probably going to say life drawing. It's quite specific. No, I'm not an excellent drawer as such, or drawing, like looking at a bowl of fruit or a person.
And just going full on Leonardo da Vinci, just drawing.
I mean, I wouldn't really call myself Leonardo da Vinci or anything anywhere near that, really. But I think as well that also it works as a definite sort of positive with the college as well, because in the first year they really do like push you to
your full potential.
Well, yeah, and to try new things, new mediums. So, do some life drawing, have a go at printmaking, think about
just
see what you can do. Yeah.
Bit of 3D, bit of model making, painting, oil pastel.
They basically give you everything you can do, and then
and just see what sticks with it.
Yeah, exactly. And so obviously when we went into our second year, we sort of had more of that. Right, well, you've tried stuff out now, so what do you think you want to sort of work with? And I was like, oh yeah, 3D sounds pretty cool. So that was
three-dimensional.
Yeah. So the hardest part about my course personally was drawing. What about you, Charlotte?
Yeah, I think I don't know actually. I think the hardest part was the social aspect of the course itself. I know that goes into like the college, but I think the course itself, the people on the course, just getting to know everyone, I think, and getting in. I know personally, I don't talk to everyone on the course, but I know who they are. I've talked to them a little bit, each and every one of them.
Yeah,
and I think that was actually the hardest part for me.
Just finding out who's who,
just getting to know everyone. Just getting the bearings in the course. But yeah, the next topic, which is the easiest part of the course, but I'm just going to say for myself that I think I'm going to use the same answer, which is the work. I know it's hard. I know it's hard to do the work, but it's hard to get the assignments done. But I think that's actually, even though it's hard, it's the easiest part of the course.
Yeah.
I don't know if that makes sense. Yeah. But yeah, so I'm going to pass that to Anton now.
Yeah, I have to agree with you there, Charlotte. Yeah, I mean, the assignments, although they are tricky to some degree, I mean, some assignments we had to do were a bit, questionable in how to approach it. Like when we had to do that presentation for the first time about our business, essentially what we had to do is just do a presentation about the company we chose and just talk about like its history, what does it do, SWOT personal analysis, what's it good at, what's it bad at, what does it have to get really good at if it wants to survive. I mean, I did the Chinese company Huawei.
The phone.
I mean, yeah, you're right, Charlotte. They do make phones, but that's not the only thing they do. They also do 5G telecommunication technology. I'm not talking about like little like Wi-Fi routers or stuff like that, but like entire like city. Like they build up a 5G communication technology for entire cities, and in some occasions like entire countries. But basically, the company does a lot of work in Africa. I think it was in South Africa not too long ago. They did this little presentation for one of their new phones. I don't remember what it was called, but I did look at the price and it was a bit pricey.
It's like the new iPhones and everything.
But again, one of the differences between Apple and that company is that company brands their products as more customer friendly in terms of like the pricing and stuff. I mean, from what I've heard, it's good. I'm not gonna say if it's better or worse, but it's good enough. You can make phone calls with it, use YouTube on it. But on the more technical side, I don't know if they're better or worse. But yeah, that was my business. That's the business I chose. And Charlotte, didn't you go for like a retail?
I think I did the Coca-Cola company. I'm pretty sure.
Cool.
And did you find out anything about Coca-Cola? I mean,
I found out a lot, but I'm not going to bore anybody
for
with
legal
the
reasons, we will not mention anything negative of the Coca-Cola brand. Please do not sue us.
No, I'm going to actually pass the question on to Alice without boring you with the details about the Coca-Cola company.
I don't know. It's quite a hard one to sort of answer, really, when you think about what was the easiest part of the course. I mean, without sounding too
picky?
No, I don't know. Not even picky, but it's just, I don't even know if it's like a serious answer, but I'd maybe just sort of say like meeting new people. That was maybe like the easiest part for me, and sort of, because I always sort of like pride myself with like my sort of being able to network, and like I like meeting new people and going out, and so, meeting people on a new course, I was like, right, everyone, let's all go out for lunch, shall we? Like first day, let's go out. I was like, come on, we need to get to know each other.
We need to socialize.
Yeah, I was
quite the opposite of me.
Yeah, and like some people loved it, some people did not, but we got like 70% of us out. And which I take as a bonus. And like from that day, you know, that was sort of, you know, you just sort of sit around and be like, right, you know, like,
Yeah,
so why
know
are you
each
here?
other now.
Yeah, why are you here? Like, come on.
Who are you?
Yeah.
Who are we? Why are we here?
But, you know, the first days are always quite nerve-wracking and
well, they're the
stuff
most
like that.
challenging, really.
yeah, and I'm always just like, I jump sort of like 2 feet in, do you know what I mean? And I'm like,
Who are you?
tell me about your life.
Yeah,
Come on.
I wish I could be more like that. I definitely
In time.
more social.
You're doing
Yeah.
podcasting now. Like,
I know.
check this out.
I mean, technically, you are
Yeah.
socializing, but on a different level and
Yeah.
aspect. So, if anything, you're getting practice as it is.
Yep. Definitely getting more confident. I think.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I think we've talked about that as much as we can.
Yeah. Oh, I
Um,
think it was really interesting topic that you chose this week, Charlotte.
Yeah.
And you know, it's good to sort of talk about, you know, our experiences, your experiences on the course, like my time on, obviously, because I've been through like various courses. So, you know, it's just sort of good to share that for other people and the audience. And
Yeah, and I think eventually we'll probably have people from other courses
Yeah.
joining us just as a.
And we are waiting for you, so don't be afraid. Come be a guest at The Voice at Hull College. We are waiting for your voice because you are the college.
nice,
yeah,
Anton.
that
Yeah,
was the-
I like that. Yeah.
Next thing you know, I'll be a new BBC presenter for some radio show.
Wow.
I mean, I hope not. I mean,
Getting all this experience. Using
mean-
all this equipment. In
I
the
mean, any
podcast.
experience is good experience to one degree or another.
Exactly.
Your experience at the college, any thoughts, something you want to express about, something you want to say that needs to change in the college, absolutely anything. If you want to speak, you want to make your voice heard, just come and you will be heard.
It's a good point to make. If people want to get in touch with us, they
Which you can.
Yeah, they can. We want to hear from you. Tell us what you want the Voice at Hull College to talk about. If you want to be a guest, if you think, oh, like, do you know what would be great if my lecturer came on?
Yeah.
I want to hear my lecturer get interviewed. Like, you know, anything. You know, the world's your oyster within reason, because this is a college podcast.
Yeah.
The world is the stage, isn't it?
Yeah. Adam, we're going to give them your email, okay? So I know you'll be listening to this.
And we know you will be listening to us. Hi, by the way.
Okay, so if you want to get in contact about anything that we've talked about in the podcast, it's adam.naylor@hull-college.ac.uk.
Thank you to listening to The Voice at Hull College. We hope you had a fantastic time with us, and we'll see you all next week. Goodbye, and see you later.
Goodbye.
Yeah, goodbye. Thanks for having me again.
In case you have forgotten, I'm Charlotte.
And I'm Anton.
And I'm Alice.
Yeah, and we will see you next week on the next podcast.